I have searched many years on end. There was none that my soul could depend. My soul cries out for your presence in here. This very hour, for your presence in here. In His name I find, in His name I find, in His name I find the peace I seek. In His name I find, in His name I find, in His name I find the joy I seek.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2, and we going live in 3 2 1. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna do a quick live. What is that light coming? That's okay. I got some sunlight leaking in the room, but that's okay. We'll figure all those things out. Okay, we're gonna do like a quick backtest session here. I remember I had started a random one here. 40 days remaining, so let's just go. Let's just finish this one. Oh, let's just keep going with it. I'm only gonna do 5 days, so real quick here, just 5 days, and let's see how this goes. So this is Friday, January the 20th. So let's go to the next session. That will take us to the next day. So we have the 15-minute on this side, so I'm gonna switch them. It's gonna look like how it looks on my but then that means I need to start setting up all these EMAs. Okay, let it just stay the way it is. That's okay. So what we have here on the left side is my 15-minute time frame, which is my kicker for the day. This is kind of just where I start. Pretty much that's all I need with this strategy, at least. And then on this is the 15-minute time frame, and then this side is the indicators. If I could get that watermark by FX replay, let's see how that works. Like, where is it? And so can I choose what? Okay, 15-minute time frame. I want it in the center and to be extra large. The thing is though, we can move around, so it's not gonna work for us for now. Okay, so what we have on the right side here is the is a 1 minute time frame, and on the left side is the 15-minute time frame right here. So let's get it over real quick, man. That oh, we love you, sunlight, but you know, you're welcome in here. Oh, it's all good. It's just getting brighter. Okay, so let's get it. Let's get this done. So I'm already seeing us. What am I seeing? Nothing. So let's run down the first 15-minute time frame, and after the first setup, then you'll kind of see what the strategy looks like. So let's move the 15-minute time frame here. I like this. and this is my zone already. Make that a little bit darker right there. So that's a zone for me. A series of up candles. We went down. In my opinion, we should have formed like a higher low and then kept on going down, but it just crossed back up. So what it just short right past that zone. So what I'm expecting is price to come down, retest, and keep going up, right? So after that, I'll wait for retracement on the EMAs once they line up like they are right now, and we have to touch that 50 MA or between 50 and 100. We can still, price can still go below the 100, but the blue EMA should never go below the 50. If it does, I have to wait for a realignment all over again. And just that's just my simple rule. That kind of keeps me away from chop when the market is chopping, but it doesn't matter because I'm only doing one trade a day anyway. So let's see how this goes. From here, I'll just run with the 1 minute. Let's see if we get a setup. Oh, it's just gonna keep going, and that's good. Okay, no trade setup so far, and we trade from 6 to 9. 9 is my cutoff time. After that, I'm not taking any setup. Mark that in red and just yep. So let's see, because man, there's a lot more things to do than just trading, because these charts can keep you here the whole day. So that's just kind of a discipline that I'm giving myself. After 9, we're done. No more. So in this case, okay, right there, am I willing to take this trade after this long move like this? I don't know. Let me see if there's any levels that we could be getting to. Yeah, we do have this daily high right there. That old daily high. And since we have like a week here, I want you to see how price just reacts on those levels. That is not my EMA. Yeah. Or the EMA. That is on my, that is a default fib settings. All I want is just half of that right there. We got it, half of that week. For some reason there's usually some reactions on those levels. Do I have anything to show that? Previous day EQ, previous day week, and that's enough. Let's just go take this back to the 15-minute. I think we do have some room to go up, so I will confidently take that trade. We just touched that 50. Now waiting for the 5 EMA to cross the 16 EMA. If that happens, we are going in. We are taking this trade. Did I see a cross? Pretty much, yeah. And then kind of also insisting on some sort of a trend line break, which indeed happened right there. So we're good. 5 cross 16. That at least two swing highs, and that right there is a trade entry for me. So let's go. Boom. Entry right there. My stop loss below the 100 EMA. 51 points. So 1:2 will be 100 points. I think that's decent enough. Let's see if we'll get to those areas. 1:2. So we place our order. If we get smoked, it's all good. So the contract, I don't know how they get calculated here, but pretty much they look okay. So let's do 2. My risk threshold, or the most risk I want to take, is 250. So we can take 2 contracts. That will be 205. 3 will be 307. So what you see here, where we it can only be restricted position sizing. That's pretty much the actual You can't do 2.5, 2.6. It has to be 1 or 2, which is kind of a disadvantage, right? Because sometimes I want to do like whatever position, I want to be able to do 250, but you just can't, bro. Because if it was something like this and I say 250, this is one thing I don't get. What happens here? Okay, let's say I want 250, then I can play around with that 2.6. That went too much. 2.5, 2.4. That's close enough to 250, 2.4, right? But with restricted position size, which is pretty much how it is on the futures, you can only do 1 or 2 or 3. So that's okay. So we can just do 205 and make sure it's on market, and boom, save. Our position is engaged, and let's see if this would be a winner or if we get smoked. Okay, where's that? Whatever. Boom, 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 boom. So we just got to 9. We're already in the position. Probably I'll just close the stream and then give you the results later, or whatever. Maybe just wait to see how this position would behave. So a lot of consolidation. Oh boy. I'm gonna change to the 5-minute here just to see, just to save time. Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I'll take let's just do the 15-minute. Get it over with. Bum, bum. All right. So that one didn't work out. We were smoked, and the most we saw was a 1 hour. Now, there's one thing I'm noticing, right? With this move, once we get to 9 a.m., there seems to be a major reversal. So pretty much maybe, but anyway, sometimes it just keeps going up. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Just get in there, position yourself the best way you can, and just submit. Furthermore, the loss is a planned loss. So even if you lose, you should be just fine. So let's go to the following day, because I just plan on finishing at 9 a.m. and I'm sure if I stick around, there might be another setup that will show up. But I'm gonna just keep it I'll keep it as realistic as possible to what I do. So let's just go to the next day. So now this is a Tuesday. Let's see what we get here. Cutoff time is 9, which is somewhere right. No, this is wasting of time. All right, let's see what we got here. So I don't like taking part in that 6:30 candle, so I may as well just run the first 15 minutes. I'm not a fan of that session, and then I kind of feel confident now messing around, taking part with whatever happens after the first 15 minutes. Now, I already do like this. I can see that we do have a zone here on the 15-minute time frame. I'll take all of this. That looks like a good zone to me. Let me look at a 30-minute real quick. Other 1 hour. 30 minutes is good. So that will be these up candles here before price went down, and then we just have this abrupt move to the upside. So I'm expecting a resistance, you know, that's kind of a support around this area, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so that's the 30 minutes so far, but let's just take it back to the 15-minute. So any retracement around my area here, my dynamic zone, which is between the 50 and 100 EMAs on the 1 minute, and then a signal to the upside, we're gonna take it. No brainer. We're not thinking twice on that. Oh, let's go. Unfortunately, that was a good retest, but now we decided to keep going up, and it didn't quite touch my zone, and the 50 just crossed 100 right now. So I do see a lot of this, but we'll see if we can get another retracement as price keeps going up, if it's gonna keep going up. Ooh, okay, Let's see how this goes. We are currently not going back. So 16 just touched 50. So now we reset. And then the 15 is looking like it's going down. So this might be the new zone if we don't retrace. That last down candle before we shot up. So it's not yet a confirmed zone until we close. We'll see a body close below that zone, then it's gonna be a confirmed zone. So in the meantime, that's still the zone right there. That is confirmed. So we did close up here. Price came down. We shot up. And even though we still did come down, the body's still within that zone. So that is still a legitimate zone. Holding price. Okay. Okay. Boom. And we do have a signal right there. Right? So price, everything lined up here. Price came down and touched my zone. Even though it went past it, 16 is way above 50, and then 5 just crossed 16, and that right there should be an entry for me. I don't see we do have 2 swing lows here, which kind of can represent my trend line, which is pretty much, so everything just lines up, and I think I'm confident taking this trade, and that will be my entry. My stop loss in this case is not gonna be below 100, because we do have some candles right at that area, so I'll feel confident having my stop loss below that low, and I'll go for 1:2. So a 30-point stop loss, going for 60. That's decent enough. Let's see if this will work out. Now the dangerous thing here though is how we have these rejections. But let's just take it. We got a signal, so let's see how much we're risking here. $61, 183, 244. That's okay. It's well within 250. But yeah, let's take it. Let's see how this goes. Oh crap, that took us out. Yep, that was kind of foreseeable though. So now we got 2 losses. Now let's go to Wednesday. With those rejections, yeah, that was kind of a possibility, but then again, you never know, because that would have easily also gone up, right? So we took a loss there. We can still hang out, but my rules is just 1 trade a day. And we can pretty much wait for price to align itself one area, then give it another short. But I'm doing 1 trade a day for now. So let's go to the following day. So 2 losses so far. Let's see, Wednesday. We got 3 more days, so hopefully we get some wins here. At least close the week with the profit. So this is the 15-minute. Okay, this is the 1 minute. I like to go past this fast 15 minutes. So let's do that and we're good. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not seeing no zone to mess around with. So let's check out the 30-minute. Maybe there's something. Oh, let's see the 1 hour. So now with the 1 hour, I like this. If we do cross below this zone here, I will be looking for something. If we close below that zone, a retest to keep going down, then I think so. This was the last kind of a consolidation area before we shot up, and now we are back there. So if we close down, that should be some sort of a resistance, right? Now looking at the 1 minute, this looks good, man. This is already a signal to take this trade. Now would I take it? Oh yeah. I mean, we do see like a trend line break here, right? Everything lined up. We touched my 50, I know, went down, and then again we touched it again, and this is a good bearish candle. I'm just not trading off a zone here, unless maybe this zone here, that series of down candles when the market went up took that buy side liquidity, and we broke down. That's a break of structure. We see that retest, and now we're shooting downwards. Okay, let's just stick to the rules. So I'm not gonna take it, but we'll wait for it to cross below this low on the third. Let me see the 30 minutes. It's pretty much the same zone there. The 15 minutes, this will be a refined zone here, right there. That will be a refined 15-minute zone. Let's see. So that's the 15. Yeah, I'm taking so much time on this trade here. And that's the 60. Okay, let's go move forward. That was a good trade. Only that it's not coming from a zone, so I can't take it. Okay. So in case we see a second retracement, then I'm willing to take it. We still haven't touched that 50, but that was close enough with a trend line break right there. But we still wait.
Budgeting app in base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app. Impossible.
So seems like one of those days where you just miss your trades. Okay, we just touched that area, and also touching the 60 minutes zone that we had already, mentioned. So let's see if we can get something. I feel like yep, boom, that's a trade right there. So let's take that trade. Let's see if this will work for us. So we have a 48 point stop loss going for 96. Okay, so let's take that trade, place order, make sure it's market. 246, that's okay. Now it has to be 3, that's too much, so we have to take 2. Boom. Okay, let's see if this will work for us. So what time is it? 7:34. Pretty much right about my trade area take time, and we take a third loss. Woo, this will be a bleeding week. So that didn't work out. The strategy is suffering. All right, we took that loss real quick, and that's okay. So let's go to the following day. So those are 3 losses in a row, but we still stick to our plan. And what happened? We went down and then shot up immediately. So I'm sure if we stuck around, there will be another setup. But again, we're only doing 1 setup a day, and that's good. All right, let's run the first 15 minutes. Okay, let's see what we got here. So that previous day, because of requiring a zone on the 15 minutes, we were not able to capitalize on the immediate setup that we had right there, which was pretty much decent, and that would have given us our 1:2, but we had some additional right there, would have been a win. But I didn't see any zone to trade off of it, so that's one of the disadvantages of requiring quite a bit, but I think in the long term it will protect you from taking unnecessary losses. So what are we looking for here? I need to see a breaker of some sort, so let's run another 15 minutes. Still no zone. Let me look at the 30-minute real quick. Still no zone. So let's run another 15 minutes. Still nothing. What I'm looking at would be close below that zone right there. That last down candle before we short up. The thing is, we've taken sell side here. And we've taken buy side. So this is a little bit tricky. But let's see. Another 15 minutes. So let's look at the 30 minutes, see if there's a clear zone here. Yes, there is. We have closed below that low right there. That's, we've taken our sell side right there. Okay. I don't want to waste so much time doing all these small things. And then we kind of broke structure, that swing high right there. So that will be a zone for me. From that low to that high. And we did retest right here. And now we're going away, right? And looking at my 1 minute, I can see a nice retracement here. To that area. Even though there's no two swing lows, it does look decent. I prefer at least to see two swing lows. And we touched that 50, so at the close above that trend line, I'm gonna be taking this trade for a long, unless there's a turnaround. Oh, so that would have been a loss, but I should have change this back to 1 minute, but let's just keep it real. I would have taken that trade once we closed above that zone. My stop loss will be below the 100, going for 1:2, and I would have been smoked right immediately after that. So that would be 4 losses for the week. Damn, that is tough. And that would be me just stopping my trade right there. And I'm sure if it keeps going on, there's gonna be some other setup to take. But for now, let's just go to the last day, which will be Friday. So that will be a full bleeding week, and it's all good. We have to keep it real here. All right, so let's do this. I like to skip the first 15 minutes. Boom. Is there any zone that we're seeing? Yes, we've taken out this low. I like this one here. I like that zone right there. It looks good to me. We still haven't taken that previous day high, previous day session high. That's the New York PM high right there from the previous day. So let's see if we can get a retracement for a long, or let's see what's gonna happen here. So switch this back to 1 minute. Boom, 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 boom. No entry. That was a good retracement. It just didn't come back to my 50 like I do require for an entry. Okay, if we do get an entry signal here, I'm in. I'm a bit skeptical though, because we've taken out quite some highs, but we don't know what price is going to do, so we will take that trade. All right, that's a signal, so let's take it. A stop loss, I feel like just having it there, but we're gonna put it below 100 EMA, and then we go for 1:2 right there. Okay, let's place that order. Restricted to, we can't do 3, that's gonna be a loss. So 2 for 229, that's good. Or was it I have to make sure it was a market. It was a market order. Close, save. This, yes, it was a market restricted to. It was a market order. Let's see how this one played out. And also, that's a decent trend line break right there. So let's see if we had a full a red week, which it's pretty much a red week. Damn, that would be a harsh week. Woo. So 5 out of 5 losses, and that's okay. That would be a mountain to climb right there. So that would have been a bad week for my strategy, man. What? Let's go to the following day. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back. So this is now Monday, the other week. I only wanted to do 5 days. So what we're gonna do is let's go back to Monday, and let's see if we kept trading, if we would have been able to, like, you know, get back, like get some other wins, right? Other setups, or if it would have made things worse. So where am I? Where is Monday, bro? Where is Monday? Where is Monday? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Monday is right here. So this is Monday. Let's do this. Data range. Yep. So if I click here, it needs to take me back to Monday. There we go. 23rd. So looking at this, 1 minute here. There was no other setup that formed. Actually, there's one that formed here. So that would have been another loss if I just took the EMA straight up. But I would still require a zone, which would be this right here. And we came back to test the zone right here. So this will be an entry. The EMAs align. That's a retest, and then on the way down. But I'd still require a trend line break, which I don't see. So it would have been saved over here. So there was never really another entry, because here 16 went above. So that would have been nothing there. So let's go to the following day. Let's see this day. That will be Tuesday. That was a full choppy day. Pretty much what would have happened here is I think we would have taken another loss, right? Because we got taken out, and then it aligns over here. This is looking good. That will be me trying to get in again right there. Stop loss below 100, and then going for 1:2, and that will be another loss right there. This is why there is an advantage of just doing one trade a day. And then let me see if there will be another trade. Pretty much no. Maybe here. I want to see what that setup looks like. There will be no other zone to play off of. So okay, so that would have been 2 losses for that day if I kept trading. Let's go to this one. This should have gotten a trade going up. Okay, so this is the Wednesday. Let's see if we would have gotten another trade if we kept trading, which is something I will not do unless I'm not in drawdown, maybe. So that was a loss. So look for a zone to try to trade off of. It would be off. It will be this right here, and even this one here is good. That candle right there would be also good. So we didn't touch that one. We closed above here, so that would be a nice place to look for a trade. So everything lines up down here, and we do have this zone over here. So would I have taken that trade? Probably. And then that nice trend line break over there. Yep, that would be a good trade to take. And if I was skeptical, I would just wait for another retracement, which happened here, with also a nice trend line break right there. That would be a sure bet. Even though it seems like it's into like some other, that would be like a resistance. I would still take it. That would be right there, the stop loss right there. 1:2. Right about there. I'm skeptical if I would trade again if I got that win, but if I did, that trade right there would be another 1:2. So now will be 2-4 plus 2 losses down. We should be break even now. All right, let's go to the other day right here, which was another loss as well. Let's see if we would have gotten any moves to the upside. So this strategy is pretty much decent. I'm just saying, like, it's good. I mean, you should be able to, if you're able to stay for the whole session, then I think you should be able to close every week. Green. Oh, okay. So now that we tried to go long here, but it failed. So on the way up, we should have gotten another whatever, which will be another zone, which will be that high. The up candle before it went down took out that liquidity and we closed up. So we will be looking for a trade just above this zone. That would be so late. So some more setups did happen here within the zone, which is something that I'm seeing does work sometimes. So that will be really up to you, but the safe one will be to really wait for when we close above that zone. So with the 12 p.m. candle, which was right here, so that retracement right there will be the best. So that will be the entry. The stop loss will be right here, and then you did get your 1:2. Pretty much easy right there. So this would have been a bit of a scare because we got to 1.7, goes all the way down to 0.2, and then goes and it hits your 1:2. Again, that was also another signal right there. The entry right about there, and that was another 1:2. So all right, so that was Thursday. Let's go to Friday. Let's go to Friday, and we did take a loss here too. But if we hung around after 9, another decent setup formed right there. So you know, so that was the zone right there, and then moving forward there's pretty much no other zone unless we look to the left, which I don't see any other area. So after that happens, I'm just free to take, you know, any trade after, as long as my EMAs here still look good. So in this case, it took me out, then lined up again. I would not have taken this trade because 16 close below 50. That's just my rule, right? So I'd have to wait for price to align again, and then for price to come back and touch 50, and then a nice trend line right there. That swing high and that swing high, and then 5 crosses 16, and that was a good entry right there. My stop loss just below 100, and look what happened. We just got our 1:2. Easy. So if we took all those trades, that would be a beautiful week. But in this case, I have that thing where after 9 I want to stop trading. But that's why we're journaling, just to see if some of these rules are just keeping us from, you know, enjoying the full potential of the strategy. Because with this thing, it's pretty much a trend continuation. I don't see why we shouldn't close green, honestly. So trying to just come in and get out early might hurt me, but for now we're just gonna keep doing that, and then we'll see. Probably if we take a loss in this first session, just maybe wait around and see if we can get another trade. The thing is, we can get our loss back, but then again, we can also go deeper into losses. So pretty much whatever works. So if we just traded from 6 to 9, from 6:30 to 9, then it would have been a red wick. But if we traded the whole session and just wait for those setups to form, this would have been a very profitable week. We're talking 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, 6, 8, 7, and then 6, 5. So that would be a 5-hour week. 5 would have been a 4-hour week. But then that would be me staying from 6 to oof. Anyway, I'm gonna end this session here. I mean, there's gonna be red weeks and it's all good. Doesn't mean you start changing strategies. Just stick to your thing and just follow it through, right? There's gonna be red weeks, there's gonna be red days, but we just stick around and, you know, keep working until we have those green days every day, like I see some traders do. Well, that's what they show us. We don't really know, but I know it is possible to have a green day every day. In the meantime, we just work on having, you know, discipline, and just stick to your rules and data. Also taking writing down, you know, journaling, and that should improve our things here. So unless there's any questions, I'm gonna close this this session. Probably I'll be back to test another week, but I'm not gonna do it live, just for me, and I'll share whatever results, whatever thing seems fit. I'll share it with you. For now, I'll see you on Monday for live trading sessions, Monday to Friday, every day from 6:30 to 9 a.m. That was Trader Mawera, and once I set up that music, I'll be done with today's live stream, and I'll see you again on Monday at 6:30 a.m. Trader Mawera, Kevin Bundi, whatever, with Mawera Capital, and I'm out. Peace.